We are living in a frightening time. Never easier for sexual predators to lure children online, in chat rooms, dating apps, right across social media. But as of late, a growing number of individuals, notably in the UK and now in Canada, have decided to fight these predators, protecting the young and vulnerable. Their methods, which some have described as vigilante and dangerous, involve them posing as children on smartphones and luring them to familiar public places, from suburban shopping malls to gas stations, where they confront and ultimately shame them for soliciting minors for sex. One such predator hunter is Justin Payne of Toronto, the subject of an ongoing documentary in which I, Paul Salvatori, am attempting to explore what drives publicly celebrated individuals like himself and how effective they are in curbing and hopefully eliminating the problem. I talk with him and his sidekick Kyle Welsby of Hamilton on both the serious challenges and rewards of what they do, as well as with Dawson Raymond gaining popularity for doing the same in Calgary. I begin the interview with the three gentlemen by asking Dawson first, why did you start hunting child predators?
Honestly, the reason I even started this was because of Justin, so...
Yeah, no, I know. I was going to ask you about that because...
Yeah, honestly, without Justin, there wouldn't have been me. I would have never even fucking thought of it, man.
Right, yeah, because I was looking at your videos and such, and it just looks like so much of what you've done is inspired by Justin.
Oh, absolutely.
So
every step of the way has been inspired by him. Like I have my own reasons for doing it as well, but I mean he's the one that actually inspired me to take action and do it, right?
Right. So can you bring us back to like how you got to that point? How did you discover Justin, think that this is something that you two wanted to do?
Okay, so I actually had my two best friends growing up through high school, like through grade school and high school.
Right.
I introduced them and they actually had they were my best friends. They ended up actually getting married.
Okay.
And they had two kids, and they were actually snagged up off the internet by some fucking asshole.
Okay.
And, this was 5 years ago, and those kids were never found. And my friends both actually killed themselves 3 months after they lost their kids.
Oh, wow.
So I lost the whole family to this. And then when I seen Justin doing it, I actually started talking to him just nonchalantly, saying, fuck, I wish I was still in Toronto, I'd be doing this with you. And then, I don't know, I seen him doing the videos, and I was like, man, I could totally do this. You know, and I figure the more of us there is, the better, right?
Mm-hmm. So
when
when you're luring, when you're out there and you're trying to do your thing, what is the main objective? Are you trying to shame, instill fear? Are you trying to work with the police? How do you do your thing?
I guess the main goal would be and that's the other thing is a lot of people come out and go, oh, you're destroying these guys' lives and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of get that. I mean, obviously that's kind of, what happens, but at the same time, I'm actually getting a group of people together. I got some psychiatrists and stuff together. And I'm actually trying to get it to the point where I have a program where these guys go through,
mm-hmm.
and when they complete it, then I'll take their video down and even do a video for them saying they went through the course and whatnot. Regardless, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you can't take that out of people," but I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, I don't want people to seem like we're just trying to ruin lives, because that's not what this is about.
Right.
Now, it's about raising the awareness and getting people to realize that this isn't a joke. That's the thing is a lot of people don't hear about this stuff until it's around them. You know what I mean?
Right. And I mean,
and it's
mm-hmm.
and it's brought into light, right? So, because when I first started doing this, people are like, "This is in Calgary? I can't believe this!" And I'm like, "Man, they're everywhere." I actually traveled and did one in Lethbridge because I had a lot of people messaging me going, "Man, you should come to Lethbridge." I went there.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for 15 minutes and had one. 15 minutes.
Wow. Now, are these guys, are they receptive to this program that you're telling them you want them to enter?
I've had two of them now that are willing to do so. Yeah, but I'm kind of still in the process of getting that all lined up, right?
Right.
Because
Now,
there's a lot to go. There's a lot to go with it too, right? Like I'm trying to do everything legit and get it all legal and stuff, and try to do it that way. But of course, obviously, it's not the easiest thing to do, right?
Now, I was just talking to Justin about the situation in different countries like the U.S. and the U.K., and there seems to be, on the part of law enforcement, some cooperation with, I guess you can call, what you're doing, child predator hunting. What is it like for you out there in Calgary? Are you experiencing that same level of cooperation?
With the police?
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I did my first two videos, I actually I had zero contact with them when I first did my first two videos, and I made my first two videos and put them out, and they just went in like huge. Like they got so viral within one night. I posted my video and then I went to sleep. The next day I had Global News, CBC News, like tons of news channels on my phone saying they wanted to talk to me and whatnot, and it just blew up like huge, so fast, right?
Right.
My life basically changed overnight. So, but yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of veered off the original question there. What was that?
No, I was just wondering, like, if law enforcement, the police, they're cooperating with you, or they.
So when I made my first two videos, they actually contacted me.
Mm-hmm.
And wanted me to go in and talk to a certain detective that I went in. And I talked to him, and he was actually quite cooperative. But at the same time, they were saying, you shouldn't be doing this. It puts your own self at risk, and this and that. But at the same time, so I'll say this on record.
Right.
They all say the same thing. They all say, you shouldn't be doing this. But off record, every single one of them that I've spoken to said, keep doing this. Like there's, we can't do the things you're doing, like, because they have their entrapment laws, right?
Right. Fascinating. So they're telling you one thing as cops and another thing as persons.
What's that, sorry?
So it's fascinating. I mean, it sounds like they're telling you one thing as cops and another thing as persons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I just, I'm going to ask Justin this, and then also allow Justin to reply to what you just said. Justin, how did you develop your own approach?
Basically, just through each and every time going out, like just learning the ropes, like as you go. Because there's no boss, and there's no like higher up that you can consult to and say, what should I do right now? It's basically your own quick wits, and you just learn from yourself. But I mean, subconsciously, I do think you remember from previous videos of like To Catch a Predator and stuff, like when you do take from other people that you do see and you just adapt it to your own style.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So, I mean, does Dawson's experience reflect your own in terms of your own experience with law enforcement?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, like once you're in that room, those four walls, and they got you in there, it's, for me though, it's 15 minutes about the matter at hand.
Right.
And then it's like 6-7 hours straight of talking about myself and like why you're doing this and asking me all these questions, interrogating me.
Right. So, Justin, tell me about the man beside you.
This guy right here, his name is Kyle Welsby.
Yeah. So how did you guys meet, and what's his role in your operation, or are you collaborators now?
I needed somebody to come out and help me because I was getting a lot of messages. People were worried about my safety and stuff. And next thing you know, I just kind of put a little post up, and he messaged and said, "Where are you right now?" And I told him where I was. I was in Brampton at Shoppers World, and the guy drove all the way down to meet me. And it was like, I could sense it right from the beginning that it was going to be a good collaboration between me and him because he's not violent. I mean, if he had to, as a human being, yeah, he would defend himself or defend me. But for the most part, he just wants the movement to continue, for the message to get out there. Like Martin Luther King, nonviolent, because the message is stronger.
Right. And just before I move on to Kyle, Dawson, I want to ask you, do you roll with the crew? Do you operate by yourself? Because I notice in your video, in your videos, you have sometimes like 3 or 4 guys, but you're doing sometimes the acts of kindness and things like that. But when you go out there,
to confront a predator? What's happening?
Well, my first video, I called my friend. I had a friend there with me. He actually ended up, I don't know. He got kind of dark. I don't know. He just kind of got kind of dark. I actually haven't spoke with him for a bit. I haven't been bringing him on him because this can get to people, right?
Right.
So like, I don't know. You got to have a strong. You definitely have to have a strong mind to do these things. Like, if you don't, I don't know, right? It's a really hard thing to do, man. And go through and to speak to these guys and not, like, and that's one of the questions I get asked frequently. Like, how do you not beat these guys? And I try to explain to everyone that's not the goal. Like, the goal is to get this to stop, right? But
Right.
when I first started, I had one friend with me. I actually have a solid partner now that I roll with on every one of them. But when I first started, I just had a friend with me. His name was Fox, and he did pretty good. But on my second video, I actually did it by myself. I didn't have anybody. That was a little more. How would you say it? I was almost scared, to be honest. And when I was talking to the guy in the second video, his profile pictures, he was like a freaking monster, steroid looking guy, right?
Right.
And when I actually met him, he was just some slob of a man in a white van. Like, he wasn't even the same guy.
Okay.
But regardless, yeah, like I roll with my main guys now, and I wouldn't do it any other way because when I first started, I was just kind of like, I want to get these guys. I guess I wasn't really thinking like in terms of my own safety at first. But after getting involved and starting this, I within the first week of doing this stuff, I learned so much, right? Because I kind of went into it blind. I mean, I talked to Justin a bit, but I didn't really. I mean, I don't think Justin was even expecting me to do the video when I did, right?
I didn't even think you were going to do it because we talked about it, but I didn't think.
Well, and that's the same thing, Justin, man. Like, I've had so many people message me and go, oh, yeah, I'm going to start this. And no one ever does, right? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, like when I first started, I didn't, honestly, I don't know how to explain it, man. The only reason I started this was because of Justin. That's all I can say, man. Like, Justin, I love you, buddy. I hope you know that, man. You're like, you're my hero, man. You are. Without you, there wouldn't be me, man. That's the honest truth behind it all.
Brother honestly. From another mother.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, absolutely. And I can't wait till the day we can connect and actually, maybe do one together or whatever. I just want to meet you, man. Honestly, I don't care what
Kyle,
the terms. I just want to meet you.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a question in a second. But, Dawson, I have to know, because I keep on hearing about this. You even mentioned it, too, in one of your other interviews. You want to do a joint effort with Justin.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
How's that going to go down? What's it going to look like? Our camera's going to be? How would you like that to happen?
Well, if we were to do one together, I mean, he's got, it's him and Kyle, and then it's me and Greg, like my new guy's Greg, right? So, I don't know. We'd probably do it the way we do any other video, but maybe just me and Justin. It'd be like a double thing, I guess.
Well, the way that I'd like to do it, the way I'd like to do it is like all four of us together, and like we would just basically improv it the whole time. But
yeah,
eventually just you and me. Like, people could be standing by, but just you and me. And just like half and half, just grilling, like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why did you come here to meet a child?
Absolutely. And I think the main thing, if we were to collaborate and do one together, it would just bring so much more hype to it. And I mean, I know that's not what it's about, but at the same time it is, because like the main goal here is to spread awareness and let people know this happens everywhere. Like, this isn't something you just see on TV and you forget. Like, this happens all over the place, and that's what people don't understand, right? Like, it's your next door neighbors, man. Your bank workers, your teachers, they're everywhere.
Right. So, and I'm going to get back to actually just that point, Dawson. I want to just ask Kyle, when you first met Justin, you came on as a camera person, but now it seems that you're moving into new territory. Is that accurate? Like you are now becoming...
Steadily. It's one of those things where personally I'm not overly comfortable in front of a camera, and in reality a lot of this is improv work, right? There's no script. When you walk out there, you're confronting someone. What you're saying to them is what you're saying to them. It's not pre-planned. And that's one thing that I'm still working on, and there's always those little bits of not being 100%. Like, I don't even know if I want to bring this up because I'm still pissed off about it, but tonight I called Justin up and I was like, okay, I got a guy. He's meeting me just down the street from my house at a Tim Hortons. He drove from Oakville to come meet me. We went down. I confronted this guy. I looked him right in the face. He was borderline identical to the pictures on the profile that he had. And I just froze up. I
think that it was a good learning experience, though, for you. Because, I mean, even me, like, I sat back and I kind of just watched how you operated, what you said, how quick you said what you said, and the different things, the different techniques that you tried to get him to admit that it was him. I mean, you did a lot better than the first time I went out. Like, the first time I went out, I didn't even have a camera, but I bombed it. Like, I just was apprehensive. I was scared. My heart was beating out of my chest. I mean, I never had any chat logs or any pictures printed off. I was like a freaking mess, and the guy got away. And like every one of those times that happened, it's only been 3 times now, I beat myself up to this day about it because it's like that person should have been known by the public.
Yeah.
And that's that big thing there too, because it was like the whole drive up here, it was just in my head. I let him go. He got away. He was right in front of me. And you just end up drilling yourself. And the thing is like, as I said, I'm still not overly comfortable being in front of the camera. So, like, even just to collaborate a little bit more in front of the camera with Justin, if he does the majority of the talking and I just periodically pop in and say something, that would help me gain more confidence. But right now, I definitely think I need practice, because just knowing that I bombed it today really gets to me.
But the good thing is, though, it's just
can't let it happen again.
It's all a learning experience, though,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's like anything. I mean, not everybody was like born great at doing something. I mean, as time goes on, we get a little bit better and a little bit wiser. As long as we pay attention to our past mistakes and our past steps, then the future steps we make will be a lot more graceful. I mean, now, like, when I'm in front of the camera...
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't just jump on a car, like, the first day, right? Like, I mean... I mean, like,
Justin, I got to give you props for that, too, man. You are fucking crazy, man.
I'm a fucking idiot, I'll tell you that. I want...
Whatever. So, you're an idiot for the right reasons, though, man.
So, Dawson, have you actually done that yet yourself? Have you jumped on cars?
No, I was coming close to jumping on one, but he was already moving at like 50K, so I was a little bit hesitant on that.
Yeah,
you guys get snow up there, don't you, right now?
I haven't had to do that, but I mean, a lot of the guys I've met, actually, a lot of the guys I've met, it's been so clean. The hardest part is when you don't have a decoy and they're like, "Oh, where are you?" And you're like, "Oh," like the last guy I did, I was supposed to meet at 7-Eleven, and I could tell he was driving around the block, right? And he wouldn't stop until he seen the girl. So, and that's the one I almost jumped on the car because I was like, "Fuck it, he's not going to stop." So I'll just go in the road, right? I was gonna just try to stop him, but that didn't work. He just seen me and started speeding. By the time he got towards to where I was, he was already going so fast that I couldn't. I would have definitely been hurt really bad. So
right.
But regardless of that, I ended up getting video of him just driving away. But I did get what I needed. So I got his plate and I did get his face. So what I did is I matched the face because these guys, I mean, some of them are so fucking dumb. They'll give you every piece of information about him. I don't understand, but yeah, this guy sent me pictures, so I matched it with the guy that was driving it. It was the exact same picture. So regardless of whether I had conversation with him or not, I still had him because I had his face, and it matched the exact picture that he showed me on the chat log. So I was still able to warn people about that.
Right.
But that's the other thing, like what Justin was just talking about, when they get away, and you know, that's the worst feeling in the fucking world, because you know you had them right there, and you could have stopped it. You could have stopped, but they get away, and then the worst part about that is just thinking of the damage they can cause to others already, right? Like, because you didn't get them right.
So it keeps you up, and it does keep you up at night, I imagine.
Oh, the loss of sleep that I've had since I started doing this is ridiculous, man.
Yes.
So, ridiculous, and I'm sure Justin can say the same. Like, it's not easy on the brain at all, man.
Well, I'm on sleeping pills right now. That's what I have to take. Two sleeping pills before bed, because I can't sleep like maybe 2-3 hours a night.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard doing this for sure.
So, Dawson, Justin, Kyle, in any of your experience, is there ever retaliation? I understand there's death threats.
Like physical retaliation?
Any kind, including death threats in this case. I mean, do they try and use intimidation?
Okay. I'll show you. Okay, so I've had a lot of threats, right? Which, you know, I just kind of laugh those off. The only incident I had that was actually worried me and that I thought might be a problem is I posted on my Facebook for a friend of mine. She wanted to sell a washer and dryer and a couple of tires, right?
Right.
So I took the picture of it and posted it with none of her information. I just said, if anyone is interested, get a hold of me, and then I'll set them up right after I already talked to whoever it is and make sure they're okay. But what happened in this case is I actually busted a guy, and he went on Kijiji and found the exact same washer and dryer and tires that my friend were trying to sell, matched it with the picture on my Facebook, and because my friend on Kijiji put all her information on Kijiji, so this guy ended up actually going to her house, not knocking on her or nothing, but just getting a look at the house and knowing the surroundings, and then called her and threatened her and was like, I know where you are, and explained the house, so it scared the shit out of her.
Right.
But that was the only case that I dealt with that was like actually close to maybe being a problem. But I solved that in the same day and got the cops, got the police involved and everything. And he actually ended up getting charged for uttering death threats to her, and then also for child luring because of what I had him doing. Right. So.
All right.
As far as backlash, I can think of on our end, it would definitely be when we met that Filipino man.
51 years old, going to meet a 10-year-old.
Yeah, a lot of what we saw was backlash from family, friends, even some that were still in the Philippines, plus what we would believe was a lawyer of his. Constantly commenting on the video saying how, all of our information is irrelevant. We don't have any solid proof. And I've personally even had a woman where he was a family friend send me a message saying that he's trying to tell all of his family and all of his friends that it was totally staged. We put him up to it. Everything but saying that it was scripted. But she told me, no, I believe that this is actually what it is and that he went to meet a young child. So that's why she sent me a message.
I mean, people are stupid. I mean, if you got the chat logs in front of you, you got his face and pictures he sent, and 2 dick pictures right from the get-go after he found out that the boy was 10 years old. And if you walk up to any individual and say you came to meet a child off the internet, they're going to punch you in the face.
Right,
I don't care what anybody says.
Right.
Absolutely.
They're going to punch you in the face.
Absolutely.
I would kick someone's ass if they came up to me with a camera and said that.
If someone came up to me and was trying to accuse me of something like that, your reaction would instantly be, what the fuck, buddy?
Right.
What the fuck? Right?
Right.
But they know they're guilty, so it's like a deer in headlights.
Yeah, they never physically react.
And that's like every single one of these guys I've caught. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. They don't, and the other thing about that is that they're thinking they're meeting a 13-year-old girl, and then they meet me or you, Justin, right? Justin, you're getting pretty big too, I must say, man. I was looking at some of your videos. You're still hitting the gym and stuff, hey. Get. You're definitely getting some size to you, man. Anyways, but
getting it done by.
Yeah, exactly, right. But my main thing is, when these guys think they're coming to meet a 13-year-old girl, and I show up with tattoos on my face, and their immediate action, their first thought is probably like, oh my God, that's his older brother or
gang member.
Yeah, or okay, I'm about to die. It's usually the look I'm getting from them, right?
Right.
So,
Dawson, I understand sometimes you get like gifts. You got a truck or something recently.
Yeah, actually, our vehicle actually got stolen the other day.
Wow.
Nothing to do with anything we do, just randomly got taken. And I actually walked into a vape shop. I'm a vapor, right? And I walked in, and they're like, "Oh, you're that." They all noticed me.
Right.
And they gave me a bunch of free juice, and then I was in there, and I was explaining how our vehicle got stolen. Yeah, but he gave us a truck. Like today, I actually just got it today. It's beautiful, runs fine, nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, it is like being a superhero in a community. Is that the way you feel that you're being treated? In a way, I guess. But I want everyone to know this is that, man, I'm just a regular guy. Fuck, I was just a street kid before. I'm no one special, man. And I just want people to know, like, anybody can do this. We need to. This stuff's got to stop, man. And after I seen Justin's video and I started myself, I didn't realize how disgusting and messed up this shit is. Like, I didn't realize how many of these guys there are. And if me and Justin were to stop working and do this as full-time jobs 24/7, we probably still wouldn't even catch an eighth of them. Right.
You know what I mean?
And do you think there's a way of stopping this, like, once and for all? This is like a war, right?
You know what? Justin brought this up to me a long time ago, and I actually announced this in my anonymous speech when we had it. And his idea was with any dating site, you should have to provide ID to even sign up. And that was one of the best ideas I ever heard. I actually pitched that idea, and it just got thrown out. And you know what? It's the disgusting thing is it's all about money. Nobody gives a shit about anything anymore. It's all about money, right?
Right.
So it's kind of disgusting, honestly, to tell the truth. But I pitched that idea, and I even said with it when I pitched the idea, I said, you know what? It may not stop it completely, because obviously it won't. There's still going to be those kids that somehow get cards and sneak their way onto it, but it would definitely stop a lot of it.
Right.
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yes, no, so I was going to ask you, Justin, Kyle, do you think that maybe the chat platforms are in a way to blame?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
I recently made a profile on Mimi, like what? I think I mentioned it in a group chat between all of us. I was on there for 15 minutes. Within that time, I was talking simultaneously with 15 people, and I still had probably another 10 who wanted to talk, and tons of profile views, whatever. But what it came down to is, after talking to a few of these people, I only maybe told about 3 of them, because I was talking to all of them all at once, how old I was, being the child. And within that period of time, it got shut down. But if you look at Scout, I've been on there for 2.5, 3 months now, and nothing. Like, my profile's still going strong. It's never been shut down. No one does anything about that.
But it's literally like the administration picks and chooses when they go on to check or when they read reports. In over 2 years, I got one phone call from the Peel Police in regards to me wasting their time. Because what had happened was I had went online and I pretended to be a 12-year-old girl. The individual agreed to meet. He asked to meet us. So we went to the mall and we were going to meet him. Well, that meeting got a little bit messed up, but he went home that night and reported my profile, had my profile taken down. The next morning, Peel Police contacted me because I'd put up like a decoy phone number through like an app, and in over 2 years, first time. Like, why? Why is nobody watching this a lot more? I mean, obviously, it doesn't just happen on the internet, but it's such a platform that we can control,
right?
If they wanted to.
Yeah. Dawson, I'm following Justin and I'm following Kyle too as I'm doing a documentary, and I mean, just from the few times I've been on the front line, so to speak, and seeing these predators answering Justin when he's asking, "Why are you here? Why would you think it's okay to come see a child?" They never come forth with the truth. So I'm wondering, in your experience, has there ever been a case where they've actually fessed up? They've actually been honest about it?
Not fully. I've had guys where they admit they're there to meet the girl, but then they're always, they always go, "Oh, I wasn't going to do those things," or "I was just going to do this with her," and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, that's,
Yeah, we're just going to hang out and watch a movie.
Yeah, I was just going to bring her to a movie. I mean, you're fucking 58 coming to meet a 12-year-old. You don't bring a 12-year-old girl to a fucking movie.
Right.
And the thing is they never mention the parts where they actually were talking sexual, right? They always say, "Oh, I was only going to bring her to a movie." Yeah, of course, you said that in the conversation, but then later on you said, "Well, let's get a hotel room and stay there too," but they don't mention that. Mm-hmm. They always try to cover their own ass, right? I mean, that's instinct, obviously, right? So,
right. So Dawson, so Dawson, Justin, Kyle, I know this has been asked by other people before, but let me just see where you are right now. And you're thinking, are you afraid of ever going to jail for this?
Am I afraid of going to jail?
Yeah. Because I ask, honestly, it's very difficult to say like what the law says about this, because in the news about Justin, you hear the police always frowning on it, right? And I'm not sure what lawyers are saying, but it seems like it's in a very gray area. So I'm not sure if it's against the law. So that's why I ask.
No, everything we're doing is within our rights and stuff, and that's the other thing. That's why they're upset about it. They can't do anything about it, though, right? Because we're not doing anything illegal, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, sure, they can call it vigilante all they want, but until they pass a law where we can't do this, fuck off, because I'm never going to stop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned. But as worrying about jail, no. I'm not worried about jail. I'm not even worried about dying. I'm worried about these kids that are getting snagged up off the internet, and I'll keep doing this. I will die for this. I would fucking die for this. Mm-hmm. And I don't say that lightly. Like, I would literally put my life up for this. And that's what people don't understand. They're like, "Oh, aren't you scared?" Blah, blah. No, I'm not scared. I've never been scared of any of these fucking idiots. And you know what? If one of these guys did happen to shoot me or Justin at this point, all it would do is bring that much more attention to it and bring it that much more into perspective for everybody. And honestly, if it takes that much for people to start watching and learning, I'll fucking die for that. I don't give a shit. I would rather die for this movement than cancer or whatever is going to take me of old age any day.
Amazing. And that's what I was telling, actually, Kyle, that's the word. You see, it's martyr. It's like you're a martyr for this cause to protect the children. And I mean, going in with that attitude and that mindset makes what you're doing something of a martyr, what Justin's doing, what Kyle's doing. So what about Justin, Kyle, that question about going to jail? Is that a fearful
Personally, for me?
Yeah.
It isn't. You'd have to, for anyone who can hear this or will hear this, the thing is, to actually understand, you'd have to know me. Like, I like to think of myself as a relatively selfless person, and in a lot of cases, I would rather give up. If I was hungry and the person next to me was hungry, I would give up the food so that person can eat. So the way that I look at it is, in these circumstances, I'm not worried about me being affected by the law. I'm worried about the people who would be affected by me being affected by the law.
Right.
Like, I live with my girlfriend. I pay half the rent. I would have to worry about her being able to have money to cover her end of the rent, being able to eat. I would have to worry about pretty much anyone along those lines, anyone who even speaks to me to calm down when they're in a rough place, anything like that, because then I'm gone. It may only be for a period of time, but I'm not there. So it isn't necessarily that I worry about myself going to jail. I worry about the people
that it's going to affect around you.
That's
Absolutely.
where I am.
Yeah, Justin.
The way that I see it is like, I would be a little bit fearful to go to jail. I mean, I've never been in that situation, but anything that I feel in terms of that is momentary. What a victim goes through is a lifetime, right? So just like Dawson, like I would die for this. I mean, if need be, obviously I would much rather avoid that, but
yeah,
I have nothing. Like it's like when we talked before, Paul. Like I don't have anything here except for me. I mean, like there's just my own existence. I have family and stuff like that, obviously, but they live so far away. I think that I'm one of the most perfect candidates for this. Nothing to lose. No close family. No relationship. I could disappear tomorrow. And
well, that's what you said on the car. That was a very powerful moment when I was filming you, and you said, "I have nothing to lose," to the guy who was driving the car. So that's what you mean, right? This is what you're saying.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, I have to ask you guys. You guys get a lot of female attention on your blogs, and there's a lot of there's a lot of rumors. You have a lot of female fans. So, like, what is that like? And are you getting proposed for dates and stuff like that?
Oh, I've had some of the messages I've gotten are just honestly crazy, to be honest.
Right. So maybe you can give us what's an example, maybe.
Well, I had one just that was like her first message was, "Will you date me, please?" And I was like, "What?" and I looked at her pictures, and she was like a model.
Crazy though.
What would you want to do with me? Like these are girls that would never have even looked at me once before. So I kind of I try to avoid it, to be honest. I mean, a lot of them, here's a pure example. Here's a perfect example, okay? When I first got to Calgary, I was on Plenty of Fish myself, just looking for someone, right?
Right.
And a lot of the girls that I talked to on there actually told me straight up to, like, fuck off and, like, were just being rude to me. And I'm guessing it's probably because of my tattoos, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had a girl message me on Facebook, and she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're so awesome," blah blah, right? And I recognized her, and I was like, "Where do I know this girl from?" So I started talking to her more, and then it kicked in. And I was like, "I know her from POF." So I went back to my old POF, and she was one of the girls that were like, "Go fuck yourself," just being mean to me.
Wow.
So I actually screenshotted it and sent it to her, and I was like, "What is this?"
Oh, wow.
And that's when I realized she was like just in it to, I don't even know, right? But I just kind of told her to kick rocks. I'm like, get out of here. Like,
interesting.
So, yeah, I mean, it just shows you like how people, I don't know. It was really crazy, man.
Yeah. You guys can comment?
No, it's it's more so on the Daw end. It's just like I have this movie scene in my head where like he walks into the fucking room and then there's like this Model-S girl laying on the bed in all her lingerie and shit, and then like the camera zooms right into his face and it's just like, "You're done. You're done."
That's like a trailer.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Wicked.
But no. On my end, like it's definitely pretty obvious on my Facebook page that I am in a relationship and have been for almost 6 years now. So as far as I'm concerned, everyone's pretty respectful. But like I have had the occasional girl, of course, say like, "I really like your beard. You're pretty handsome." Shit like that.
I really like
that's
yeah.
It's kind of a good
winkle.
Yeah. Like it comes, but like
just
even
give me
if
a little
they're
tickle with it.
even if there was some girls who like fully came out like that, like for me it's more so about the respect of I do have a girlfriend, and that's the kind of answer that I would give them. Like, it's been almost 6 years and I'm not about to throw that away for one night or whatever.
I mean, it's a challenge to balance having a relationship with what you do, hunting child predators.
It's really hard. I've noticed myself, I can't really, emotional ties, I've kind of just threw them aside. I'm just trying to, it's kind of hard to even be involved when you're doing this, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, even my friends, when I'm hanging out with them, they're like, put your phone down. I'm like, I got to monitor my shit, because there's constantly people saying insane stuff too, right? So,
right. Like, you can't schedule this stuff, really, right? It's entirely unpredictable. No. Yeah. Well,
like they said, none of it's scripted. Like, everything. I wake up every day to something new, man. Like someone saying something, or something went wrong, or something. Every time I wake up, I'm like, what's up today? You know.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
yeah. You want to?
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to go back to the female attention.
Yeah. Tell me.
There's one thing in particular. There's a girl that wrote #1 fan.
Yeah.
And she posted it on Facebook. And then there was a collage of comments that were like bashing her and stuff like that. But that girl had actually asked me to fly over to Alberta.
Oh, wow.
And she was going to put me up for a while because she had money and stuff like that. I try not to even entertain conversation with any of them, due to the fact that it always flips the script, because there's a couple times where I just entertain conversation just in a normal fashion of like two friends, and you stop talking. Boom, on my Facebook, he's a piece of shit. He used me. We talked, and like rumors start and stuff like that. So I would rather meet a girl out of the confines of this, be friends,
right,
for as long as possible, because there's so many girls out there that are willing to try to twist this. Like, out of anger, like not in the beginning, not as the intention of like, oh, I want to try to ruin this. It's someone that admires it and stuff like that. But as soon as the relationship goes sour, whether or not friendship or more, then it's, you know what, I'm going to tank the whole fucking thing for you guys.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be a loner.
In that respect right there, I don't understand, because personally, the way that I look at it is there are tons of people out there who do really great things. Everyone knows that. The good things that they do may not reflect on them actually being a good person to know. Like, they may actually be the most foul asshole. Just because you don't like them as a person, or they don't come off as a good person, doesn't mean that they're not doing good things. So just because you don't like them as a person doesn't mean that you should try and ruin the good thing that they're doing.
Right.
Well, I mean, look at Jared Fogle from Subway. Everybody looked at him as like, he was a spokesperson for Children Foundations for years and years and years. And you see him, and you see like a modest average, everyday guy. But behind closed doors, the guy was a loner.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Did you hear the stuff he said, man?
Well, he was a level 3 pedophile, John Walsh said.
Yeah. Oh, he was saying shit. I just remember seeing something on Dr. Phil, and he was like, I
saw that too, yeah.
He was, oh my God, man.
Like, he went as young as 6 years old, they were saying.
Yeah, dude. I couldn't even watch it. I fucking, honestly, man, I have a hard time even eating Subway now, and especially doing this, because I feel like when I walk in the Subway, people are watching me and going, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm like, fuck, man. You know? So.
You see, when it comes back to the Subway thing again, that's borderline what I was talking about before. Like, he was a spokesperson, and he did kind of represent Subway, but you can't really take that away from the food of Subway.
No,
because he was just
not.
a person who did something wrong, even though he was kind of the face of Subway.
Well, I never even really liked Subway anyway, so I'm not eating there.
I
anyway.
like religiously eat that shit, so like I guess I have to sit there and chow down on my cold cut and be like, "Fuck you, Jared Fogle," because like that's all I can do.
Yeah.
I just remember the last time I went to Subway, I had a bunch of people looking at me weird. I'm like, man, fuck off. Like, I'm just trying to eat. No.
Oh, yeah. What I want to ask Dawson is the anonymous gear and the graphics you use. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about that, like why you chose that?
Well, I mean, the main reason I did is because they stand behind me more than anyone else did.
Right.
And they've helped me since the beginning. I actually met the founder of Calgary and I actually had some problems with them at first because of my tattoos. I had the Illuminati tattoos on my hand.
Oh, okay.
And the original idea behind my tattoos was my whole right side was going to be evil, and then my left side good. But apparently, that just caused a whole bunch of mixed emotions between and on. So I just ended up making my point straight out, and I crossed out the tattoos and let them all know, like, you know, they actually were saying you're an Illuminati spy and all this. I'm like, what the hell?
Right. Right.
So I had to end up doing that, but no, they stand behind me 100%, and I've had nothing but help from them. I mean, you know, and some of the things I need done, I don't have issues with having them done because I have them behind me. So
cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so one more question for everyone, for you, Justin and Kyle. 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road, are you still going to be doing this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we still kicking ass.
Like, is this going to be for the rest of your life?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. I'm dead set that this is anything else that comes along, like relationships, marriage, kids, or whatever. Those things everything's just going to have to co-adapt with this, because this is the part of the rest of my life now.
This is your priority.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The only thing is just getting better, getting more equipped, knowing more people, getting more venues to go and speak at and stuff like that.
Right.
There's just progression
just
at this
expanding
point.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree completely. I'll never stop either, but in all reality, hopefully we can, you know what I mean? Hopefully we don't fucking have to do this anymore, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. So
right.
I'm with you, Justin, buddy. I'm a lifer with you, pal.
What about you, Kyle?
I definitely think I'm going to stick in this as long as I possibly can. Obviously, my girlfriend doesn't like it too much, for the danger factor and everything, but anytime we talk about it, it's basically, it's something good. I like doing it. As a matter of fact, I love doing it. And first, it can start just as a hobby, but every now and then a hobby becomes a passion, and this is definitely just one of those situations where from hobby to passion to a piece of who you are. Right. And
I think that was very well said.
It's a hard thing to walk away from a piece of yourself.
Right. It's become your identity.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things, though. I don't want it to be my identity. I don't want people to look at me and be like, "Oh, that's that guy who does that stuff." I still want to be me.
Right.
It's just it is a part.
There's one thing that I think too, though, and that is, say if for whatever reason I had to stop, jail, death, whatever, there's going to be someone else that's going to get inspired by me, and they're going to pop up, and it's going to continue. Because like I said, it's a movement, and it's not going to stop, not until they stop.
Right.
Well, hey, and I'm a pure example of that.
Exactly. I mean, in some way. Yeah, go ahead.
I actually have a couple of people here that have been doing the same thing as us. They just do it in a different manner. They don't actually get video and stuff. But I have a girl in Brampton right now that's putting guys away. She put 6 guys away, like, in the last week.
Wow. Like arrests.
So, yeah, actual arrests, yeah. But she does it a whole different way. She took some information from me and learned from me a bit, but she so what she'll do is she'll get these guys into the conversation and then just hand over that profile to the cops already. So she doesn't actually get them to meet or anything. She just gets them to start talking dirty and say those kind of things, and then gives it to the police for them to finish off.
I see. Okay.
I was going to say, when you said a girl right off the bat, I was thinking, well, does she use herself as the person to lure, like send off her own pictures or something?
No. She's actually an older woman, and I already actually had to save her ass a couple times. Like, she did a couple of stupid things, and I directed her away from it. But she's actually doing really well. So,
cool.
So that's good.
All right. So, any final thoughts, anyone?
Yeah, just keep safe, Justin, buddy, and Kyle, and let's never fucking stop until we have to, man.
You keep safe too, and like, as tempting as it may be, if that car is going 50K, you better not be trying to jump on the fucking hood.
I definitely will.
No, I know. I you know what? I wanted to, man, but I knew I shouldn't have. So.
Because even if we can't get them arrested and get them put in jail, a lot of people criticize me for jumping on the cars. I'm putting the fear of fucking God in them. Like, this guy's a fucking psychopath, and he's on the back of my car, and I'm doing 60, I'm doing 90, I'm taking turns.
I know.
That's the thing. That's what people don't understand. That's what people don't understand, is we're scaring these fucking assholes. So now every single one of these guys on the internet double think every fucking time. I've had guys that are like, oh, blah, blah, have a conversation. As soon as I'm like, yeah, well, you know, would it be okay if I'm a little bit younger? And they instantly go, hey, Dawson.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times, too.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? And I go, yeah, that's right, fucking Dawson. Every fucking 13, 12-year-old you talk to on here is Dawson. Remember that shit, right? So,
yeah.
And I mean, that's the main goal, is to make these guys know, right? And that's why I think we need maybe not too many more of us doing this, but at least, you know, maybe one in each major big city, and maybe we can fucking really make a change. Because I know this much, that me and Justin has made such a change, and then I came in. Me and him together have, fuck, look how many eyes we've opened. Like, it's insane.
Right.
And you know what? The good thing, too, is it's not even just the eyes that are opening to it. It's the fact that past victims, or even victims that are coming about right now, they see that average people are standing up.
Exactly.
You know, we're not law enforcement. We're not out there making a cent on this. We're doing this in our own spare time, and we're giving up possibly our lives and our freedom. So it shows a lot of support for them, I find.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's another thing, is people don't realize that everyone's like, oh, it can't be that hard and this and that. Fuck, man, are you kidding me? I lost both my jobs. Fucking, I can't even work in public because I got people swarming me when I'm outside.
See, that's the difference between you and me, like, because I think you're a little bit more a lot more well-known than I am, because I never have that problem, and I mean, I'm wearing the same damn sweater.
Yeah, dude,
day.
I can't even. I also have the tattoo on my face, right? So it's a lot easier for people to be like, "No, that's definitely him," right? So, man, I couldn't even go shopping anymore, man. I went into the mall the other day and had people swarming me. I was like, "Fuck." Like,
right.
I mean, it's cool, but I mean, Jesus, like, what if I was there trying to do a sting? Thanks, guys, for totally ruining it, you know?
Well, yeah,
but
that's the thing I keep telling Justin. What's also scary about this, Dawson, is that this stuff is happening like in the most familiar places, you know, in front of Tim Hortons, shopping malls,
down the street from Kyle's house.
Don't even.
Yeah, like this is not like, you know, the boogeyman in the basement. This is like your average-looking guy in your average-looking suburban spot in his average-looking car. Like, this is what also makes this thing, I feel, so scary, is that it's happening right in front of us. So, like, yeah.
Well, that's the main thing, is a lot of people they turn a blind eye. They go, oh, that could never happen, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it fucking happens steady. And honestly, mainstream media doesn't put it out enough.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's tons of tons of these cases, but when do you ever hear about it?
There's one thing
you fucking don't.
There's one, sorry to cut you off there, but there's something that astonishes me, because I'm actually chatting with somebody right now, and we're going to go meet him. These guys, a lot of them have fucking kids.
Yeah,
they have kids,
absolutely.
And they're still out there doing it. Like, I mean, they shouldn't be doing it all anyway. But for the fact that they have kids, I mean, you'd think that they would know better.
It's like, for some odd reason, they've justified in their own minds that, like, well, it's okay because it's not my kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sick for doing this because it's not my kid. But if it was my kid, then I would be a bad person.
Well, there's a guy that I went to meet. He has a 15-year-old daughter, and he went to meet a 13-year-old. So it's like you're meeting your daughter's younger friend, basically. Mm-hmm. And there was zero. He even looked at me in the eyes and said, you know, well, in my country, it's okay.
Oh, my God.
Okay, you can live in any country in the world and develop your own thoughts and beliefs. You don't need to be structured by everybody around you. I mean, there's kids that come out of broken homes. You know, they watch the dad beat the mom up every day, and that's all they see all day. And it doesn't mean that that's going to be their life. It doesn't have to be. You make your own choices and your own decisions. I understand that sometimes your personality becomes a reflection of where you are, but to a small tidbit to who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to us. I mean, we want this world to keep going and to progress and to be free and to be able to live together in happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but these people are making it fucking impossible by doing this. Like, they think in those four fucking walls that it is okay
Mm-hmm.
to admit all this shit, and then when they meet, oh, I didn't mean it.
Right.
Well, you know what? That's the thing is these guys.
Yeah.
It's okay because they think no one else is listening or
That's
no one
exactly
will ever
it.
know. And then as soon as they're fucking caught by one of us, they're ooh, and they don't even know what to say. They're
Yeah.
oh, it makes me so mad. Fuck, it makes me so mad.
The only thing that I feel bad about, though, is when the family finds out. I mean, other than that, I'm sorry, this might sound rude or disrespectful, but I don't give a fuck. It's when the family figures it out and their kids or their ex-wife or their wife that they're with, it's like it's catastrophically devastating because this is, I don't care what anybody says, this is the worst thing you can ever get in shit for. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
You can do anything. You can go and murder people. I mean, that's terrible. But there's nothing as catastrophic as this.
Well, yeah, look at in
No.
prison. Like, even the murderers want to beat the shit out of the pedophiles.
Well, I mean, those guys got they got their own range. Like, they got their own section in prison
Yeah.
to be isolated from everyone. Because
some of them still get fucked up in there too.
Yeah,
And
like, I
that
mean,
was the other thing, Justin. When he was asking if afraid about jail, do you know how praised we'd be in there? If me or you went into jail, they'd be like, "You're that fucking." They'd love us in there.
see, that's the
You
thing
know
that I was actually thinking
that
about.
was
Like,
on my mind too, because I was thinking, yeah, that's right. Like in jail, it'd still be the same case. I think that you would be.
Oh, they'd love us in
Right,
there. No,
yeah.
in jail we wouldn't even have an issue, man. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as long as I can have a smoke every now and again and it wasn't smuggled in the wrong parts.
Buddy, you'd have guys bringing you smokes and their desserts and everything. Trust me. A friend of mine was in jail down here and told me that's all everyone was talking about was me and you.
Oh.
So, yeah, like literally when he was in jail for like 5 days because of something stupid or whatever. And then I can't remember what happened anyways, but the whole time he was in there, they were just saying how much they love us.
So,
you know,
if we're going to get arrested, then we should definitely do it in Alberta.
Well, as far as Alberta, but I'm sure you got the same thing going on there, man. Honestly, every person in jail hates these fucking assholes. There's no way we'd ever be, we'd be put into general pop for sure, and we just honestly we get treated like gods in there. To be honest, man.
See, the thing
I was being told.
The thing that I've been wondering is, like, I mean, there is the stereotype that we could say to each other, we would be praised and stuff like that. But the thing that I was wondering is, maybe there would be the odd few, though, that might be like snitch. I mean, I wouldn't have any problem with associating that. Like, if somebody said that, I'd be like, yeah, who cares? But I was thinking about that there would probably be some people that would probably start things based on that.
Well, yeah, that's everywhere you go, though.
But when you look at it in that aspect, I would also kind of hope that, like, even people in prison, those who don't respect people who inform the cops and all that, I would hope that even they can respect the fact that there is a time for someone to stand up and say something.
Most definitely when it comes to women and children.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I would like to thank you, Dawson, Kyle, Justin, for the great talk. And
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm sure we'll have another conversation again.
Thank you for listening. Please feel free to comment below or email me, Paul Salvatori at simpatico.ca, with your comments or questions. You may also download this interview free at the link in the notes of this video. Till next time, this is Paul Salvatori.